In this episode of The Twilight Zone, a woman at a bus station slowly realizes that something is not quite right. As reality unravels around her, she faces a chilling possibility that her own double has entered the world to replace her. Today, I'll recap the events of Mirror Image and offer some thoughts on its deeper meanings. Let's dive in. Millicent Barnes waits at a small, lonely bus station late at night. She's tense, checking her watch, eager for the bus to Cortland. She approaches the ticket counter and politely asks the agent if the bus is running late. But the agent snaps at her, saying she already asked him that a few minutes ago, in a tone that's more rude than helpful. Millicent, confused and embarrassed, turns away. That's when she notices something strange. Her suitcase. It's sitting near the baggage check-in counter, but she's certain she left it by the bench where she was sitting. Worried and disoriented, she heads into the ladies' restroom to pull herself together. Inside, the cleaning woman looks up and casually asks, "Are you feeling all right, miss? You were just in here a few minutes ago." Millicent stiffens. She hasn't been in there at all tonight. The tension builds inside her. Then she sees through the mirror reflection. Sitting calmly on the bench where she had been moments earlier is a woman who looks exactly like her. Millicent panics. She asks the people around if they saw the woman, but everyone just stares at her blankly. Nobody saw anyone else. Confused, Millicent returns to the bench. At that moment, a man named Paul Grinstead steps into the station. He notices Millicent drop her purse and returns it to her, offering a kind smile. Seeing someone friendly, Millicent quickly explains everything. The rude agent, the suitcase moving, the cleaning woman, the identical stranger. Paul listens patiently and tries to calm her down, suggesting it might all just be a misunderstanding, nerves from traveling alone. Soon, the bus finally arrives. Paul and Millicent walk outside to board. But as Millicent steps forward, she sees her double again, already sitting inside the bus, staring out the window with cold, empty eyes. Terrified, Millicent runs back inside the station. She collapses to the floor and faints. Paul stays with her, worried. He tells the driver he'll wait for the next bus. Later, Millicent regains consciousness. She speaks more clearly now, but what she says is even more unsettling. She tells Paul about a theory she once read, that there's a parallel world, a mirror universe with duplicates of every person. Sometimes, she says, the walls between these worlds weaken, and the doubles come through, trying to replace us. Hearing this, Paul starts to believe Millicent might be having a mental breakdown. Concerned for her safety, he quietly calls the police. When the officers arrive, Millicent fights to explain, but they don't listen. Now alone, Paul sits back, waiting for the next bus. He tries to get some rest, but an uneasy feeling creeps over him. He gets up to get a drink of water, and notices something else is wrong. His suitcase is missing. He glances around just in time to see a man sprinting out of the station with it. Paul rushes after him, thinking it's a thief. But when the man turns back for a split second, Paul sees his own face staring back at him. And just like that, Millicent's wild, unbelievable theory starts to make terrifying sense. In the shadows of the night, in a forgotten bus station, the walls between worlds had crumbled, and someone, or something, had crossed through. This is the Twilight Zone. You can almost put yourself in Millicent's shoes. You start second-guessing the people around you. You start second-guessing yourself. The idea of a parallel world bleeding into ours with doubles slipping through is such a creepy and fascinating concept. But what makes it even more chilling is how isolated Millicent is. Nobody believes her. Everyone just writes her off as crazy. That loneliness, that fear of not being trusted, of sounding insane when you're telling the truth, is what makes the story stick with you. And just when you start wondering if it's all in her head, the twist at the end hits hard. It's real. Paul sees his own double. It's the perfect Twilight Zone moment, a slow burn that ends with a cold shiver.